The wind carried dust that burned the lungs. By dawn, the desert shimmered like molten glass, and the horizon was nothing but mirage and memory. Captain Ryan Cross stood on the ridge, staring at the wasteland that had swallowed men before him. Somewhere down there, a U.S. supply convoy had gone silent. 32 men, 3 armored trucks, 6 hours without contact. Out here, that was eternity. The radio crackled. Sergeant Keller's voice broke through the static. HQ confirms last GPS ping near Sang-e-Tudik. After that, nothing. Cross tightened his jaw. The road below wound through the valley like a scar, the same path insurgents mined 2 weeks earlier. They wouldn't have taken that route unless they were forced, he muttered. Mason, the sniper, crouched beside him, scanning through his scope. Dust storm hit last night. Could have jammed comms. Or someone jammed them, Cross said. The thought hung heavy. In Afghanistan, nothing failed by accident. They rolled out at dusk. 3 MRAPs crawling along the dust road. The engines growled against the silence. Inside, Diaz watched the drone feed flicker on his tablet. Green-tinted images of empty sand, half-buried tires, and the echo of something that felt wrong. The team spoke little. Talk wasted oxygen and betrayed nerves. They'd all felt that tightening in the gut before, the kind that said they're watching us. By nightfall, the mountains had swallowed the sun. The world turned black and green through night vision lenses. Then the first flare of metal caught Mason's eye. Stop, his whisper cut through the hum of engines. They killed the lights. 50 yards ahead, the shape of a burned MRAP lay on its side, smoke still rising from its chassis. Bodies were scattered in the sand, uniforms torn, helmets gone. Cross felt the weight of 100 patrols press on his chest. As he stepped out into the silence, he knelt beside a fallen soldier. The name patch was half burned, but the blood type was still visible, Opus. He swallowed hard. Stafford, he whispered. He'd shared coffee with him 2 weeks ago at base. Movement, Diaz hissed. They turned. A faint groan from behind the wreck. A soldier lay half buried under twisted steel. His leg crushed. Cross dropped beside him, pulling debris away. The man's eyes fluttered open, unfocused. They weren't locals, he rasped. Black flags. No marks. They took something. What? Cross leaned closer. What did they take? But the man was gone before the answer came. His head lolled, mouth open against the dust. They found the tracks soon after, heavy tires dragging east into the canyon. The convoy's 3rd MRAP was missing, its trail winding through the rocks like a signature of betrayal. Cross ordered the team to move out on foot. For 6 hours, they followed the tracks under a moon that looked like bone. The air turned colder, thinner. Once, they caught the faint echo of voices, Arabic mixed with something else. Russian, maybe. It sent a shiver through Mason's spine. At 0300, they crested a ridge and saw them. 8 men around a stolen MRAP, floodlights bouncing off crates marked with U.S. insignia. They were unloading something metallic, something that didn't belong in the desert. Diaz zoomed the drone camera until the markings became clear. JSOC, Project Echo. Cross's pulse kicked. Those aren't supply crates, he whispered. Mason lowered the scope. Then what are they? Something worth dying for, Cross said. Or killing for. They moved like shadows. Claymores planted beneath the ridge. Mason took overwatch while the rest crept through the rocks, weapons low. The wind picked up, carrying sand and whispers. When Cross raised his hand, time seemed to hold its breath. Then, the first shot. Mason's rifle barked once, clean and final. One guard dropped. Another screamed. Then the world erupted. Automatic fire tore through the canyon. Bullets sparked off stone. Diaz dove behind a crate, returning bursts toward the floodlights. Keller moved left flank, cutting through 2 insurgents before a round clipped his shoulder. He didn't slow down. Cross sprinted toward the MRAP, firing short controlled bursts. Dust turned the air opaque, and through it he could hear Stafford's dying words echo in his mind. They took something. He slammed the MRAP door open. Inside, crates stacked high, some split open, revealing drives and laptops wired with encryption units. One screen still glowed blue, displaying a single phrase. Project Echo, JSOC eyes only. Diaz climbed in behind him, breath ragged. What the hell is Project Echo? Cross stared at the drives. Something we weren't supposed to find. Outside, Mason's voice cut through the radio. 2 runners heading north. Cross grabbed the drives, stuffed them into a rucksack. Leave the MRAP. We've got what we came for. They fought their way out, not clean, but alive. The charges detonated behind them, fire lighting up the canyon. The stolen vehicle went up in flames, and for a moment, the night turned day. By sunrise, the team was back at Hawk Nest Fob. Dust coated their faces like paint. Keller's arm was wrapped, Diaz's drone cracked, Mason silent as always. Cross carried the rucksack to the comms tent. Colonel Becker waited, eyes cold and tired. You found them? Mostly dead, Cross said. He set the bag on the table. They were carrying this. Becker opened it, staring at the drives. His expression didn't change, but his silence did. Who else knows about this? No one. Just us. Keep it that way, Becker said, voice flat. You did your job. That's all you need to know. But as Cross walked out, he caught something in Becker's tone, fear. That night, the wind returned. The same dust, the same silence. Cross sat outside his tent, watching the horizon burn red from some faraway village. Mason joined him, rifle slung across his back. You ever think this war's more about secrets than soldiers? Mason asked. Cross didn't answer right away. He thought of Stafford, of the convoy, of the blue glow inside that MRAP. Out here, he said finally, secrets are just another weapon. Mason nodded, eyes still on the firelight in the distance. Then someone's using them against us. The wind rose again, whispering through the camp like a warning. At 0200, the base alarms blared. Cross rushed out as the lights flickered, comms down, power stuttering. In the command tent, the rucksack was gone. No forced entry, no footprints, just the flap of canvas in the wind. And in that moment, Cross knew. Someone inside Hawk Nest had been waiting for those drives all along.